We'll turn my ringer off, that's all. On my phone so it doesn't ring and bother anybody. But it is amazing how when that thing goes off in meetings, how everybody starts smiling around the table. So, thanks for coming on time, everybody. Welcome to the first session here of the Fireside Chat. Now, as a reminder, does everybody know where this fireplace is located?
It's up at Gold Point.
Oh, gosh. Where does it say over the door?
Where is it?
I thought it says acceptable Estes. And what does that mean? Okay. Great. It's Latin. You guys know your Latin? Nope. We have a little different format this year for this. I'm Mike Millisor, by the way. This is our chance to give the state of the company address, for us to give a report card to you of ourselves and how Rob and Mike and I have done as owners of the company and all the leaders of the company, and all of us together as an organization, how we've done this year. Everybody hear me okay? Everybody's fine with that? Okay. So we call it the Fireside Chat because when it started up at Gold Point around the little fireplace, there would be Rob and myself and about 10 people, and we'd have meetings and start talking about the company. And it got formalized over the years, but it seemed like it should just be called Fireside Chat still. So that's why it is. Introductions. It seems like every time I do this, I don't have time for introductions, and everybody's so enthusiastic about it. You guys all love this, right? Introductions. Why don't we do this, okay? Why don't you all stand up and say hi to somebody who maybe you don't know? And for we'll spend 3 minutes.
I'm Rick. Nice to meet you. Where do you work? Accounting. Nice. So did you just start? No, I've been here about 6 months. Great. Come on, Rick. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Oh, you're in accounting? Yeah. You replied to my email yesterday.
What's that?
You replied to my email yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
About zeroing out an account or something.
I was trying. A lot of stuff.
You're really fast. I really appreciate it.
I try, no problem.
Well, I got No, really.
Okay. All right, that was quiet. What it means to be Breckenridge Grand Vacations. I guess that's the foundation of our success. Does anybody know what that is up there? Opportunity. There you go. I like that. Who said that? I like that. Opportunity. Remember how we define the success of our company? Well, I know you know. What do we measure? What are the 4 things we measure?
Our bellies.
I used to be able to tuck my shirt in, by the way. Okay, I'm disappointed, guys.
Everybody knows this.
Everybody knows this. We measure our guests, investors, employees,
Community.
There we go, thank you. Golly. Okay, let's talk about our guests. Remember the GNPS. Oh yeah, here's what I wanted to say. This traditionally has gotten so bogged down with numbers and facts that I know you guys leave here overwhelmed. So I'm gonna have a lot less of these this year as I start off with a slide with a bunch of numbers on it. But we're gonna spend more time talking today, maybe more of the philosophy behind how we think and how we got here. And as always, I will encourage participation. I won't ask because I never do. But But if I do ask, just be quiet like I did last time I asked. That's perfect. So, this is the guests staying at all of our properties, okay? Guests at all of our properties. So they can be owners, right? They can be exchange guests, they can be renters, they can be friends, family, whatever. Stay at the properties. And over the first quarter, over the last 5 years, we can see, January, February, March, what their NPS is. Which we all know what NPS is, right? Yeah, the percentage of the percentage of the what numbers? The 9s and 10s, subtract the percentage of the 0 through 6s, and we throw out the 7s and 8s in the survey of how my overall experience was at your resort. So 50% is a great number. Second quarter, April, May, June, the summer, and then the fall. Isn't it amazing? Why do you think that during the off season, the NPS for people staying on our properties is higher than it is in the peak of the ski season and the peak of the summer? Less crowded. More individual attention from staff. I heard that twice. I don't know. This is a conversation. You should have seen our meeting at our executives meeting a couple months ago. We sat here and talked about this for about 2 hours, trying to figure it out. These people paid the least amount of money to stay there. Price? Yeah, things are closed. I want to go for a hike. Really? The road's open. Maybe their expectations. Maybe their expectations are a little lowered. So maybe the guests that come there in the high season have higher expectations. And maybe they expect more from us. I don't know. What do you think? Is anyone's mind turning at all?
They're mad when there's nothing to do. They feel like.
Except for they score higher.
I know what it is.
Okay.
Because we're not busy as a company, and so we can give them more attention, I bet. Right.
That seems to be the consensus. I don't have the answer. I'm just asking. I think it's a fascinating statistic when you look at this. Either way, the trend is generally going up, and each season we seem to be doing better and better. So that's the most important part. And remember what we talked about this year. NPS is more than a number, and this is what our whole retreat was about this year, and the thing we're trying to lead to is it's not so much about the number, but it's how to manage to the number. And what we've kind of changed into is the Closing the Loop program. Apparently it's easy for anyone to do.
Yeah.
With some new practices and that new tracking program, right? We're Close the Loop now, and that is a philosophy. We're taking the comments and responding to them individually and through that tracking and Close the Loop. And I love it when I get the owner newsletter comments that come to the guest services and to me, and I see them, and there's always a response right back, and it's always like way better than I would have responded to it. So there's definitely, you guys are doing a great job with that. Closing the loop and learning. Is that the idea of talking about closing the loop? Is that one of the ideas? To make sure we do it, close the loop every time the same way? Is that right? No, can someone say no? That'd be a bug letter. Right, remember the bug letter? Remember the bug letter? Okay, thanks. Okay.
Yes.
And clearly with the guests staying on our property, owners and guests, oftentimes the property management is the end of the line. We all know that, okay? And just as a reminder to everybody, once we're half sold out, we don't control the association anymore as the developers, okay? We're the management company and we serve, we could be fired from any of the management companies, from any of the resorts, could fire us. from being a management company. They continue to hire us because we do a good job. That's something to keep in mind. As some of the highlights, and I thought we were throwing some different facts this year. Rather than sales numbers, I thought some of the facts about, with no special assessments, because our annual dues that we accumulate to pay for improvements over time. That's the goal. And in the last year, at Gold Point, we completed refurbishment of kitchens, living rooms, dining rooms, and won an RD award while we're at it for unit refurbishment. Installed all garage doors, installed new patio furniture. Josh wrote this, by the way. Oh, he's in Thailand, okay. So can I say something to you? That thing, we opened the first building up there in 1983, okay? Before I was up here. I moved here in '84. Can we just say this? That Gold Point. And they still are in the 90s in all their numbers. It's amazing. that place.
And Mike, if I can add something, I mean,
Please, Rob.
that resort is much nicer today than it was in 1983, and when it was brand new. And that's really all about our owners, and it's all about the concept of what timeshare is about. Is that owners are sharing the cost of it, and because of that, they all put in money every year to set aside to do refurbishments every 5 or 6 years. And so, you know, when that thing in 1983, you look at a lot of condominium complexes around town, they look a lot worse than they did in 1983. But Gold Point looks way more like a resort from 2014 than it does a resort from 1993. That's because of the timeshare owners investing in their property and continue to do so. And it's a great rate of vacation, obviously.
Thanks, Rob. And may I suggest to both you and Mike to interject freely, because you know, it gives me more material for the rest of the session and stuff. I appreciate it very much.
I was thinking as Rob was saying that, how many people own their own home here? How many people have a separate account for redoing carpet, redoing appliances, redoing roofs? Right, you do for timeshare. That's why it's looking better.
Yeah, absolutely. It works.
So do it
Moved
for
in-
yourself too.
Right. Well, the bank sometimes forces you to do that, to reserve for your taxes and your insurance.
Right, well, it's different.
That's
than-
a forced savings.
It's different than carpet and roofs.
Moved into TripAdvisor's top 10. Can you believe that? Built in 1983. What else was built in 83? Rock Ridge. Seriously, Tyra, Summit. You know, a lot of them. Okay, Grand Timber. Complete renovation of spa. Well, it's in the process right now. Big reopening coming. The upgrades to the units 1 through 5. New radio frequency. I didn't even know we did that. New key system. Oh, cool. New furniture and fixtures in the grand room. Complete resurfacing tile of pools and hot tubs. Oh, and got rid of that scary thing in the pool, the kids' pool. The scary thing, the scary clown.
That was great.
That was Grand Lodge.
Oh, that's right. I didn't know what it Can someone describe it to me? Other than Kimberly?
There's all the different sprinklers that shoot outside.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So there's a new soft play going.
Is it there now? Okay, so that, in all fairness, that's why I don't know.
Anybody who works at Grand Timber?
Is it in there? Is it installed? Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. I'll make a picture of it for the next time.
Probably
Mike-
end of summer.
Mike, you want to elaborate on the spa a little bit?
I would love to. We completely remodeled the spa. We're spending about $250,000 on it. And this is not the HOA actually. This is owned by Mike and Rob and I. It's never made any money, really. The hope is the hope that we have is for it to maybe pay for itself, which it hasn't yet. But it's more of a great guest amenity. I think we're you know, it's 15 years old, and it's kind of time to give it a facelift. And I think with we have some great leadership in there, some great people in there running it, and we have a lot of confidence that it's going to be not only a great amenity, but also a way to maybe pay for itself and maybe even make some money, because that is the goal. When you have a business, if you're an investor in a business, that's right, we try to make money. Well, that's my favorite section. But is that an elaboration?
Yeah, no, thank you. I just like to add something to that, is that I think that demonstrates to everyone at Grant Timber that, you know, Grant Timber remains a very, very important piece of our company, and it's a huge part of our revenue. It comes from Grant Timber, from owners investing more with us. And to that end, I mean, I think that the money we invested in Refresh Spa really tells you that we believe that. I mean, we put $250,000 into that thing, not to make money from the Refresh Spa, but to make sure that we provide superior product for all of our owners going forward.
We're also going
we're
to...
We're not carpetbaggers. We're not just in and out for the profit that's on the timeshare. We're here for the long haul, to make sure that our owners are always happy.
We're also going through a similar process now with the Lodge Bowl, which will come in the near future. Grand Lodge on Peak 7, successful opening at Phase 5, top 5 in TripAdvisor. The AC, does anybody like the AC? Coming into the summer season, yeah, right. All the stuff that's been budgeted to be replaced, on schedule, is being replaced. That's a big one. That's my only staff recycling I have, because that's too complicated. And what do we compare it with, right? Seems like a lot to me of things to recycle. And again, over 92% year-round occupancy. Year-round. It is amazing, isn't it? There's not this many hotels anywhere to do that, in any city. We empower you to provide great vacations, right? To create them. And oh yeah, we are the best in sales because we're the best in service, because you're empowered, which is also responsibility. I like to remind you guys about this. It's a responsibility. We give you authority and responsibility to do this. That's called empowerment. Well, I have some pictures to demonstrate it. See, that's power.
It's a little bit like.
What do some of the rest of you guys do? Mine's pretty easy how I do it, but what do some of the rest of you guys do? Oh yeah. Yeah. Anybody have a story that they want to tell about you felt were empowered to provide, to go above and beyond or go outside your normal box? You do it all the time. I read about them all the time. If you do, it's fine. That's all nice. I got a lot of stuff to go over. Taking it to the next level. This is the empowerment of our employees. We empower you, and we're a team, and we're a family together. Happy employees apparently entails partying, looks like, in all these pictures. We came out with that new employee NPS, and the new survey is a little shorter, a little easier to wrap your head around. This workplace dynamics, the Denver Post survey. This one.
Anybody go back, because we were recognized, what was the number?
I got it. I got that.
Oh, you
I got a
did,
slide.
okay.
We started doing this in 2005, and half of the employees in our company said, on a scale of 1 to 10, gave us a 9 or a 10, would I refer a friend to work there? Okay? In 2013, 85% of you said that. 2% of you gave us a 0 through 6 last year. I'd be surprised if you were still working here. I'm just saying. I mean, in all fairness, you can't say we don't listen or haven't been trying to listen. your environments where you work, your the benefits, things that we've done to try to make, because we know that our success comes from you guys, what you do, what we do it together as a team. So we listen to you. I hope you guys appreciate that. I hope you know that we want you to tell us what you're thinking. We want you to say how we can improve, because we do. And this workplace dynamics Denver Post thing, with over 40 major publishers in the U.S., thousands of companies are surveyed, blah, blah. 11th to 35 in mid-sized category, which I don't understand that, because we're 33rd of 1,300 statewide.
No, well, what is the top one?
This is not right?
Yeah, well, we were one of the top 100
Oh, you went to-
employers in the state of Colorado. The Denver Post
Only mountain company.
hired this company that goes all over the country for different major newspapers and rates companies through all 50 states, and or maybe not all 50, but whatever, whenever major paper that will do it do this rating. And Denver Post did it for the state of Colorado. They surveyed 1,300 companies statewide, 1,300 of the best companies in the entire state. And out of those 1,300, they got the 1,300 very best. Out of those, they got the 100 best of the best 1,300. We were in the 100 best. And then they broke those 100 into 3 categories. Large companies, which is 500 or more employees. Medium-sized companies, which is 100 to 499 employees. And then small companies, 0 to 99. And so out of the 35 companies that were in the mid-size, 100 to 500 employees, we were at 11. So I kind of extrapolate to that to say we're the top 33 companies in the state to work for.
That's awesome. And this came from...
These are surveys that you guys all filled out.
You guys filled
remember
out.
getting that, and it was pretty extensive, right? And thank you guys for all taking the time to fill that out. I think we had something like 82% of our employees.
Yeah, and we're stroking ourselves with this for sure, because we like to see this stuff. But we ask you for your survey results so we can get better. I'm just kind of showing that we are better. Really? Yeah, okay, we all got this. How many years running have we won the Ulu Parade? Where's Knudsen? He knows. Did I see Amy Hoffman here? Do I have to do this year? Rafting? Is that a picture of you?
June 25th?
You're welcome to come
When is
if
it?
you would like, June 25th.
Okay.
This is
I'm going.
blast.
It's so fun. Did you do it last time?
This is the Raffadania.
Oh, I did it 2 years ago. It was so fun. That looks like something we're going to this afternoon. Who are those people? Wellness initiative. And have you guys noticed? Have you actually noticed this wellness? Have you noticed a push toward wellness? Because we think we're doing this. You guys see this? The wellness fair. Did you go to the wellness fair? Thought that was pretty cool, huh? It's kind of neat. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. And then a big group in the wellness walks. Who went today? Really? Nice. Did you guys go up? Did you go up the side of the hill like we did last year?
No, we went down by the river today.
Okay. Community gardens. Anybody doing that? Growing plants. And I'm sure that this is an easy way to quit smoking, because if you ever quit smoking, I'm sure there's plenty of easy ways to do it, right? So we're sponsoring this program. This is the easy way to do it. So if you want to quit smoking, July 23rd. Which we think you probably should, because I don't think all the facts are in on it, to be honest with you, but I think generally speaking, they think it's not good for you. So, and I got news for you, your insurance costs is going to be different next year, based on being a smoker or not. It was inevitable, wasn't it? The health insurance, we've added the separate dental and vision. Anybody use those yet? Yeah, are they working? A little bit. I think we keep trying to get better at this. We have some big decisions to make. This coming up about next year's plan, which we're talking about right now. I think we'll probably see some more changes in it. Preventive services, they're all covered by 100%, which is awesome. Decrease out of pocket plus plan. 401k, who's into 401k? Okay. That might change a little bit too. We're looking at that. Not sure yet. But has anybody been online on the accounts? I guess it's pretty easy access, but they're not getting a lot of response. So they wanted me to pitch this. If you really have questions, go to the seminars they come up and they give, even if you don't have questions. I know nothing's harder than someone who's 25 years old to think I need to save for my retirement. But that's the truth, and we're matching these funds for you. So it doubles the money plus the investment, and the stock market went up 20% last year, okay? Better than our houses did. Fun. Anybody go to the Rockies games, catch a ball?
Nice hat, Andy.
Yeah, the Cubs. I got a ball at the Cubs.
That's an Indians hat.
Oh, it's Cleveland, yeah, yes. But I got a ball at Wrigley Field 2 nights ago. How about that? I was wearing my Cleveland hat. Anybody going to the party tonight? Yeah? It's not snowing yet, is it? That seems weird. The medallions. And of course, I love the sports teams. I love the fact that sports teams are growing, and there's more. We need 3 softball teams now. Perfect. We love it. That apparently is proper lifting technique. Back straight, using his legs. That's nice. We get Pinnacle, of course, it's our insurance company, our workers' comp insurance, we dividend. Accountability. That accountability thing keeps coming up, doesn't it? Okay, be safe at work. Be safe at work, okay? It's fun. It's not more fun when you're safe. This is the most awesome thing. We started this, gosh, I can't even tell you when. It was probably 15 years ago. We started the Employee Assistance Fund. This was employees donating money for a fund to help fellow employees, like for primarily medical emergencies. It's morphed way beyond that. But the original idea was it was for like the deductible on your insurance, things that the big unexpected cost. Your grandfather died. You don't have the funds for a quick ticket to fly back to New Jersey for the weekend, but it's really important that you go. So that's what this is for, okay? And it started the year and almost had $50,000 in it. This is what we collected throughout the year. That's what was passed out to the employees. It's a committee of 7 employees. It's a committee. It's a 501c nonprofit, so it's not controlled by us or anything. It's run separately, and there's money in that account. It's available to you. And when all of the resources have been exhausted, we're here as a family to support each other, and that's what this is for. And the great thing is, in 15 years, it's grown every year. So it's awesome. Employee newsletter. Do you guys? We know if you've opened it, first of all. Have you opened it this week? Yeah, okay, yeah, right. And not just open it, but when you click the button to read more, the read more button is when we know you've done it. Believe me, Bingy knows all about it.
And we're watching.
He's got a spreadsheet he sends to us every month. To Kimberly. Shorter format, share what you know. We love to, there are some different things to do. Okay? Give some ideas. Healthy community. Donations, volunteer, environmental, sustainability. Is that taken from our webcam?
Yes.
Is that the webcam? Okay. Last year, 2013, Mike and Rob and I, through our donor advised fund through the Summer Foundation, we gave over $176,000 to the following nonprofits, plus another $70,000 to Well, can you read those? They're all amazing organizations. And the only ones we ever say no to are ones that are really not geared toward the people who live and work here in the community. We pretty much never say no to an organization that benefits people who live and work in the community. Okay? Because we know it's important. And we've been, Lord knows, we've been blessed by this community. So, as my brother likes to say, much is expected from he who much has been given. So we like to give back, and we think that's very important. In fact, one thing that Mike's kind of passion was this community center, the renovation of the old CMC building, the one that we used to do this in. Whoever was in one of those GVSs? The old theater down there, right? The old speakeasy, which is now the new speakeasy, I believe, right?
Will be
Coming, when's it gonna open, Mike?
this fall.
Okay, well, we gave him a check, we gave him $500,000, so now it's called the Breckenridge Grand Vacations Community Center. And when we started talking about this, I said, you know it's gonna become the BGV Community Center, don't you? So we printed up those bumper sticker things. I guess, everybody got one of those? You see them driving around town? If anybody wants one, ask me, I should bring them to this thing, ask me. So anyway, that's the support of our community. You guys contribute over $31,000. This is out of your paychecks, okay? To Soma Foundation, plus our match. Soma Foundation has given almost $20 million to nonprofits in Summit, Park, Lake counties since its inception about 30 years ago. And last year they gave out $2.5 million. So it's growing, and their support to the community. It's a community, right? It takes a village. And we're all a village, as not only our company, your families, our company, and our community. You guys get this. I love this part. You guys know about this one, right? We collect all the those little shampoo bottles that aren't empty, and the little things of soap. It all gets shipped off to this company called Clean the World, and it gets reformatted into usable size and distributed throughout the world, actually. Isn't that cool? Don't you always wonder when you're in a hotel what happens to these things? Or you take it home and you got underneath your bathroom sink, you got like a basket. Who's got one of those? If you want to clean it out, bring it in and we'll recycle it for you. Give it to somebody who needs it. Recycling and composting are now part of your job. Everybody got that? They're all around, and we expect you to use them. We empower you, and we give you responsibility, and we expect you to. It's pretty simple. You know, and some of the things say, is this compostable, is this recycling? It's confusing, I know. So learn about it. Take time to learn about it. Read the little thing above the container, what you can put in there. Okay, yeah. Oh, the electronics. Please don't throw your old monitor at home you have that sticks out this far, that's been in your garage for 10 years. Don't throw it in the trash when you clean out your garage. Bring it down to Connect Breck the first Tuesday of the month, and we'll recycle it. Okay? Zero waste. We'll see how that goes tonight. We got rid of all the trash cans. I think that's what they said.
Yeah.
So you have no choice. Isn't that right?
Yeah, everything's
So whenever you
compostable.
throw what you have away, it's going to go into the the energy audit. We did this mammoth energy audit at GTL. Who's the expert on that around here? You? Do you mind, Kimberly? Because I haven't been overly involved. I saw the reports about this big, so I put it down.
Basically, it's a state-funded grant program that allowed the Grand Timber Lodge Owners Association to have a very intense and thorough energy audit done. It was almost a 200-page report, and out of it, we're doing close to $750,000 worth of energy-saving repairs or replacements. And the best part of that is for the owners. Basically, everything we're doing has no more than like a 7-year payback based on the savings that are guaranteed. So, for example, installing a new boiler system will ultimately save money in utilities, and those savings are paying off the cost of putting in the new boiler system. So it's really a fantastic program. We're super excited about it. And we have also done, High Country Conservation did an energy audit at Grand Lodge and Peak 7 on a much smaller scale and for free. And we got, a 10-page, 15-page report from that. And we're able to take some of those recommendations as well. So we're definitely moving in that direction.
Cool, huh? I suppose I'm sitting here thinking, wonder if I should look at the water heater in my basement.
You can have a residential energy audit done.
Yeah, if you call HC3, anyone who owns a home, they will come out for free and do an energy audit of your home.
Mike had one, and Mike Dudick had one, and they came out in August, and they said, you should unplug your snow melt on your roof.
True.
So I went home and unplugged mine. After he told me that. You think I'm kidding, don't you? So the town of Breckenridge in a public-private co-op, along with one of the Excel Energy, right? Some derivatives, Excel Energy, came up with this solar arrays that they're doing outside of town here. And we immediately got involved in it right away and purchased $1 million worth of the arrays, which is enough to offset, which is enough to put back into the grid all the electricity that we use. We bought enough solar arrays from a solar farm here in our community so that it offsets, it puts back into the grid all of the electricity which our company uses in our corporate offices, in all of our corporate offices. Pretty cool, huh? Isn't that cool? Can we clap for that one? Does anybody think that that's really cool? Okay. And it was a kind of an investment. It pays off in about 20 years. Who would do that? We would. Energy, yeah, part of the Peak 8 planning project has been an energy consultant. And, I forgot to bring my new t-shirt. The cool sweatshirt. I'll wear it tonight. We got some new cool sweatshirts. Okay, in process. Believe it or not, the world's growing faster and faster. Have you guys ever learn about that anywhere? And I guess we should use less energy. Listen to this. This is great. Food scraps in landfills are the largest source of human-caused methane and gas house gas, 21 times more powerful than carbon dioxide. They eventually leak and they're toxic, leachate, or garbage juice can seep into human soils. That's nice. So that's why. Yeah, well, we all know this. How about, this is amazing to me. In 1979, there was 18,500 landfills in our country. Now there's 1,700. That's why they had that big garbage thing out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, I suppose. I mean, seriously. So, do the right thing. Compost. Recycle and compost. Reuse. Of course, reuse is the best, right? Like, this water bottle, we all know this, right? Don't you all feel guilty when someone hands you like a water bottle somewhere? You're like at the car dealer or whatever, and they go, here, want some water? Yeah, here. Oh, really? Seriously? Can I have like a cup instead? Seriously. And I love San Pellegrino, but I just couldn't stand it no longer about 2 years ago. And I'm at a nice restaurant, they're like, San Pellegrino? It's like, let's see, the glass bottle's shipped from Italy. Yeah? Okay. How about a glass of water from the tap? So, anyway, that's what I did. That's my big sacrifice right there, guys. Okay, about the trail. I hope you guys get a chance to do that this summer. It's always a gas. That's a picture of me up there, by the way. The duck race. There's all kinds of opportunities that we provide as a company if you guys get involved in the community by volunteering your time. Also, you all have many opportunities that you take it upon yourself to do as well. like the Summer Foundation Golf Tournament, which is this weekend. Anybody volunteering for that here? Anybody gonna play in it here? Oh, okay, good. And the Crystal House Tournament the next day. This is golf season.
I will say I talked to Elizabeth at the Summer Foundation, and she was very appreciative of all the volunteers for the golf tournament this year, and they all came from BGV, and she was amazed at the culture of volunteerism we have in our company. So thank you guys.
Awesome. Cool. Me too. Me too. It's a good culture, you guys. When you go out and work the trail or something, it's just fun. It's good. It's good to finish something, accomplish something that's really rewarding too, because you can finish it. We're going to build a bridge today. Oh, we're done. It's fun. Okay, well, the National Forest, yeah. Okay. So, we have a auto out. Is it opt out for all of our renters? Is that what it is?
It's actually owners exchange as homeowners.
Anyone who stays at the resort is an opt out?
But in mid-May, I got a total collected so far between all of our properties. It was 65.
Oh, okay. So this is 2 weeks later. $6,500. That's pretty cool, huh? Who the heck are the investors anyway? Do you know that there's 3 guys sitting in this room right now, one standing, who all the equity that's in this company comes from us. We have no other equity partners. Of course, we borrow money. You guys know that. But anything talk about the investors of the company, it's the 3 of us. There's no other guys back in New York or anywhere else. It's just us. So, who all made this our community and made this our home. And that's what we are so committed to. This
Very
is what
well
we put,
Curly.
yeah.
Maybe not Curly.
Right.
Shep.
I'm more like Shep, I think. This is the money that we've reinvested in the company in the last 5 years in furnitures and fixtures, software, vehicles. And that's what we spent on marketing. What you gotta remember, marketing is spent before a sale is made. So that's money that we advance as it goes. We all know about this, right? We're the best in sales, we're the best in service. 53% of our volume comes from repeat owner business. That's the growth of the sales company right there, huh? We'll see what happens when Peak 8 opens. I'm guessing we'll have another one of those big jumps. That's what we're guessing. That's amazing. This goes back to 92. In 1986, we sold 300,000. Can you believe this, Rob? Sometimes. There's our sales budget for this year. That was what happened in 2013. We were 5% above budget. For 14, we budgeted 67. First quarter budget, we're a little bit under through April. So we're a little bit down, but we're at the same pace as 2013. When we sell out GL7, which will be toward the end of the year, it'll be most of the way sold out. It'll be $370 million. When we sell out Peak 8, we will have sold over $1 billion here in Breckenridge, timeshare. Believe that? That's a lot of zeros. Right, when available gets close to sell out, sales slow because the best inventory has been sold out, but we don't do that. We keep our inventory well mixed throughout the year. That's a tribute to all of us, to the sales team, the marketing team, all of us. That the people, those happy people that come in May, they buy more time too. And they happen to buy more in May, generally. I thought I'd give you this, because this is interesting. This is what it took us to get this resort Peak 8 deal going. Okay, this is just a little timeline. October of 2010, GL7 was 40% sold out. We thought, well, we better start looking for some land and started discussing some land up on Peak 8. In April, we presented, 2011, presented a deal, and it was designed around what's called the admin site. It wasn't where we are now, but around the side, on the other side of one ski hill. You know where that is? Where the admin building is now. In March, they said, no, that can't work. That's not going to work. After we've invested, we were about $250,000 into it at this point, and investing in our research and our architectural fees. So that's not going to work. So they put this Berge site on the table for us. We started working with that in June of 2012. We obtained a construction loan in August. We started the county approval process in September of 2012. We negotiated the contract in October. So again, we knew that to make our timeline, we couldn't wait for a contract. So we just had to pour money into this thing. It's called development because you take risks. Believe it or not, us three guys aren't overly risk adverse. Does that make sense to anybody? Can you see that in us? We are entrepreneurs. So in March of 13, we got the approvals, we got the final approvals. In May, we closed the land. In July, we started the Great Wall of Haze. We closed our bank loan in March. We're pouring footers now, and we intend to start sales with a launch in December, when we're about 90% sold out. So we want to focus now on, wait a second, okay. So, this is what we anticipate. We develop in phases, because while we aren't at risk, we do take some risk in our lives. We don't want to build the whole thing, so we can build and sell. You guys know what we do. We pre-sell, CO, then the building's full. It's full. We pre-sell the next phase, it gets CO'd, it's full. You know how we do it. So that's what we anticipate the completion dates to be, and it'll probably be before that. So we started thinking in 2010, and it's about a 10-year plan, okay? So about the time we start sales in December, we'll be looking for a new property, because that's the timeline it takes us. Oh yeah, that's another thing. We already have 20 million into this right now. So what we want to focus on now, oh wait a second. Oh, this is in the wrong order. Okay, that's fine. Did you think Ed was dead? Anybody? Did anybody hear that? No one heard Ed was dead? Oh man, I thought you guys heard Ed was dead. No, and Fred. No, he's not dead. But reality of it is that sending those numbers out was too wacky and cumbersome, and it didn't make any sense. And we had this tie, but if the cash flow's this, we just said, you know what? The reality is it's a profit sharing bonus. So let's just call it what it is. So that's what it is. We have a profit sharing bonus plan. And I believe there's going to be someone holding up a big check today, if I'm not mistaken, because, oh look, there they were. That's from 2 years ago, 2011. And it was it snowing? Oh, it must not have been snowing. Look, we wear shirts on. That was our bonus then. And remember, the bonus is divided up based on any employee. If you're full-time for the whole year, you get the full share. And it's prorated after that based on part-time or whether you work the whole year or not. Doesn't matter if you're the CFO or whatever you do, front desk clerk, okay? Everybody gets the exact same dollar amount bonus. And it's based on profitability. So 2013, our profit was up 14% over 2012. Well, this is May. 2013 is not right. It goes through the spring, okay? It goes up 14%. Let's see that picture again. Guys, look at the one guy in the middle. one of the hands not doing anything. And the employee pool grew as well, 2013. Not quite that much, but it grew. Okay? So the ed bonus is going to be up about 10% over last year. You guys are, if you remember what you got last year, it's about 10% more.
Nice.
Okay? So you guys are the first to learn that. Oh yeah.
Can you explain that a little bit? Elaborate a little bit more?
Okay. We have a percentage of the profits that we have that we say is going to go into a bonus pool for our employees. Okay? And it's not based on a per person thing. It's based on an amount of money. The gross amount of money. Okay? We take that money, divide it by the employees, and that's how the checks are figured out. Versus, and back when we had 30 employees and 100 employees and 150 and 200 employees, it was always based on a number, based on our economic driver numbers. And it was based on that, and it was a per employee figure, but if you think about sustainability in the long run, that's not sustainable. Because as the company has profits and wants to share with its employees, it can't be on a per employee basis. It has to be as a whole. We're a family. We're a team. Does that make sense? Does that make sense that this is what we're doing? We talked about this last year as well. But this is a transition that's been going on now for a couple of years. That's why I said Ed's not dead. He's just a profit sharing plan. And that's what this is. Is that what you're talking about, Mike?
Yeah, just, the reality is the pie is getting bigger, right? The size of the check that the three of us cut as part of the profit sharing is getting bigger each year as we do better. But there's just more people, and so the unsustainable part about it was to continue on an amount per employee, because as we go from 100 to 450 employees this year, you can do the math. Then you start multiplying, in a year from now, when Peak 8 opens, there'll be 550 or 600 employees, and so it's just not sustainable to say, here's the bonus based on an employee basis. It's a percentage of the profits of the company. The pie gets bigger. Some of the slices may not be as big as what they used to, but the pie is getting bigger because of the efforts that you guys are putting forward.
Right, and the percentage of profit can be, there's two factors in that, right? It's our profit percentage of the whole, right? Whatever money we're going to make on our sales effort, because that's the revenue side. But if the revenue side keeps growing, but the numbers, the percentage stays the same, that still goes up. Okay? So as the numbers go up and the expenses stay in the same percentage line or go down, that creates more profit. And it is a direct correlation that we provide this now. You'll be shocked by the size of it. Well, anyway, it's bigger than the last one. So what we want to focus on now is Peak 8, right? Because we want to make sure that we don't sell that last 50 million. Oh, no, other way around. No, we are open, disclosed, we tell you guys things, okay? Because you need to know. And I love the fact that our owners and tourists and stuff, they drive by that big wall. They say, what is that? Then no one really tells them, I don't know, I don't know. We don't want them excited about that. We want them excited about buying more at GL7. So I love the fact that we're all in this together, that we know that we're going to get there, that we're going to keep having jobs and keep growing as a company because we have to provide product. And it just so happens that this product is right next to our current one, and it's going up and it's being built, and people are very curious about it, and we're not going to tell them about it. You know about it, but our guests don't know about it much, I assume. Isn't that right, Dan? I don't know. Am I right about this or not? I have the impression that people don't talk about them a whole lot, at least.
There's a website going up. There's a banner that's going to be on the construction fencing this summer. If you go up to the fun part, it says www.peak8info.com. It doesn't say the name of the resort, and if you go to Peak 8 Info, you can enter your name and contact information. And when we prepare to launch the sales of Peak 8, then we'll contact those people. we're not publicizing the name or advertising it right in the construction sector. We don't want people to forego buying a P7 right now.
Right, and that's okay, because 53% are gonna keep buying anyway, all right? So, and the 43% that are buying, or the 47% that have never bought from us before that are buying now, they're gonna buy a PK too. So, we have a sustainable program. People might say like, gee, can you guys keep, can you guys keep growing? Can you keep the sales growing? Well, the number of clients, I showed you guys this slide last year, but the number of clients that we need to move into the front range is way less. I mean, to sustain our growth is way less than the number of people who are moving to our state now. You know, plus they're not as smart because they're all stoned, right? Oh my God, isn't it great when you travel now? People are like, oh, you're from Colorado. Is it true that like everybody's stoned? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you guys are all getting this. We're all getting it, right? Your grandmother back in New Jersey. I was watching Fox News. Okay, that's the time's up unless someone has something to add.
Anyone still need to sign this?
That's something to add right there. Anybody need to sign? All right, thanks guys. See you in about an hour.
Ruined it. That was the moment. Get away from that.